Hi, I'm Kyle with Maverick Car Company, and today we're going to show you how to do an oil change step by step and save you a little bit of money. So it's always good, first thing when you're starting to do your oil change, just check the condition and level of the oil prior to changing your oil, just to make sure that if it's really low, you might have a leak or something of that sort, and just get it checked out. So before you start draining your oil, you first want to make sure you have a container that can hold all the oil that's going to come out of your engine. So we have a nice catch can like this, but you can find one at Walmart or Napa Auto Parts or someplace like that, just to get something to hold it and transport it to a safe recycling location. After that, first thing you want to do is locate your oil drain plug, which is right here. And you're going to need various different kinds of sockets and wrenches to take that off to let the oil start draining, as well as your oil filter location. And you may need an oil filter wrench or a rag or something to help you grip the oil filter to loosen it. And it's just like every other, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So you loosen that and you loosen the drain plug, let the oil start draining, and just make sure you have adequate space for it to fall into. So some people may need an oil filter wrench like this. They also make cartridge style oil filters that might require a special socket to get off as well. It's good to let your car warm up for at least a couple minutes just to get oil circulating and get it at least warm enough. It's just like maple syrup. If it's cold outside, the syrup flows slower. If it's warmer outside, it flows better. So just same with your oil. I want to warm it up just a bit so it flows just a little easier. So another key tip is also see this plastic O-ring that's around the old oil filter. You want to make sure that that is still on the old oil filter. If it gets stuck to the housing and you put the new one on, it double seals them and causes a chance for a leak. And also make sure to put a little bit of fresh oil around this seal so that when it seals up nice and tight. So with your oil filter, when you're tightening it back down, you don't need the wrench to get it tight again. What you want to do is you want to go as snug as you can by hand and then grip it as hard as you can and tighten it a little bit more. And that's about what they should be. They should just be hand tight as best as you can. So then with your oil drain plug, you want to get it started by hand first. Get it all the way snug down, and then you can take your wrench, make sure you're going right, make it tight. And now oil drain plugs don't have to be tightened all crazy tight. You don't want to go more than about a half to 3/4 of a turn after you get it to snug. And you just pull it tight, just like that. All right, so once you've got the oil in the engine, replace the oil cap and make sure that you run the engine for a minute or so after checking the level initially, and then check the level a second time after you shut the car down. So that wraps it up for how to do your own oil change at home. If you have any concerns or don't feel comfortable doing it, ask a trained professional to do it for you. And in the end, it could save you some money.